Sandy with Sandy Zimmerman's Las Vegas TV, and my guest is Sheryl Green with the Hearts Alive Village. And there's a dog. We're talking about dogs and cats, so you just happen to have a dog. Now, that's not one for adoption.
No. He, during when quarantine first hit, a bunch of people were unfortunately surrendering their animals to the shelter. So we got all of our dogs into foster homes so that we could take some of the pressure off the shelter. And I took him in, and about 2 weeks later, I decided that he was not going anywhere. So he has become my second dog. His name is Bodhi, and he made quarantine a lot more pleasant.
And today you have some virus pets. People are alone and they're in their home and they get a pet. That's very good because it's so nice to have a pet.
Yeah, quarantine's been difficult for everybody and for different reasons. But if you're alone and you've got no family around or anything, it's been just amazing having somebody to love and snuggle and talk to. Well, let's be honest.
A dog or a cat, instead of a person. Yes, you're alone. Now, you have what I think is wonderful, a veterinarian that you could help people with their sick pets, because pets get sick and then medical expenses are so high, and you help.
Yeah, so we realized pretty quickly that the animal rescue and animal welfare in this town, we can't kind of rescue our way out of pet overpopulation. There's so many animals that need homes, and a lot of them we found out were ending up in the shelter because they had medical or there were financial reasons that their owners thought that they couldn't keep them. So we've really made it a goal to keep pets in their original homes whenever possible with their families, because people don't always want to surrender their animal. They just think maybe they'll get better treatment if they surrender them to the shelter, and that's not often the case.
No.
So what we've done is set up we call it our village fund, and we get donations from the community that we are able to step in if a pet needs medical treatment, emergency or surgery, or even a dental, something like that. We're able to step in and help with those medical costs so that they can stay with the family and never end up in the shelter to begin with.
Oh, wonderful. And what is your oldest? You had a really old cat. What was that?
We do, yeah. So this past week we brought in Abby. She is a 20-year-old cat, and her,
wow.
Yeah, I know. She's impressive. It's sweet too. But her family was going to put her down just because she was old, and thankfully their neighbor intervened and they said, "Hey, bring her to Hearts Alive." We have Oldies But Goodies, which is our senior pet adoption center, and then also a boutique thrift store. So we brought her in there and she's getting treatment. I think she's got an upper respiratory cough right now. But she's ready for her forever family and just to find that right fit to live out her golden years.
I like that, forever family.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah. Now, you have so much, because I was so surprised, more than other shelters, what you offer for the people. Tell us about some of them.
So we really strive to be a community resource, more than anything. Like I said, keeping pets in their original homes is super important. And that's really the way that we're going to end the problems that we have in Las Vegas. So we started out with Kendall's Cupboard, which is a pet food pantry. It was our very first program before we even pulled our first dog. And it's named after our founder's daughter, Kendall. She's the reason that this whole thing started. And we've been feeding probably close to 200, 300 pets per month in, financially struggling families for the past 5-6 years. But now with COVID and with this pandemic and just the financial disaster that it's been for our valley, we have actually expanded. Kendall's Cupboard to be the disaster kind of resource center for Nevada, actually. We got a grant from the Dave and Sheryl Duffield Foundation and from Greater Good. And that has allowed us to rent a warehouse. And we've got truckloads of food that come in. So anybody that's struggling to feed their pets right now, you know, they lost their job or whatever's going on, we're here. We've got food, and we want to share. We want to help those pets stay with their families.
Well, you really thought of animals, really.
Yeah.
But everything for animals.
Yeah.
What are the other things?
So we do kind of a variety of services. We also work with veterans very closely. So we will provide really emotional support animals for veterans, dogs and cats. And we help with food, we help with medical. And, you know, it's kind of, I like to say feeding two birds with one scone. Because you get an animal out of the shelter, you get them into a loving, caring home, and it's doing wonders for these veterans that are maybe alone or maybe suffering from PTSD.
Right.
And you know, we've had some that they were so depressed they couldn't get out of bed.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and they got, you know, this emotional support animal, and they're walking the dog every day.
Oh,
you know, they're excited. They've got a friend now. They've got a family member. So it really
like
works.
A friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Animals bring us such joy and just such love and companionship that, you know, everyone who wants one and is a good caretaker should.
Yeah. How many animals do you have now?
At the shelter, that's a great question. I'm probably, not the shelter, the rescue. I would say we've got maybe 60 or 70, that's counting kittens. That might actually be considerably higher now that I'm thinking about it. We've got probably about 20 to 30 cats at our adoption center. But we are in the middle of kitten season. Which means, oh yeah, it sounds adorable, but woof. Last year we took in almost 1,000 kittens.
Oh, wow.
And this year we have no doubt we'll be close, if not considerably over.
Is that summertime?
It's spring, but last year kitten season kind of never really came to a full end.
Oh,
it like lasted. So, yeah, we've got amazing foster homes, and, you know, they've got 6, 7 kittens that they're raising. So yeah, we've got a lot of animals. And I just saw the numbers today. We have saved 3,607 animals.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, when somebody comes for an animal, you have it ready for them. You spay it, and what else?
Oh yeah, every animal that gets adopted out is spayed or neutered, microchipped, and up to date on their vaccines. So we will never let an animal go. If we let him go without a spay or a neuter, we're just causing more of a problem.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, they're all checked out. We've got amazing vets that we work with, and we just want to make sure those pets are ready to live that life.
Yeah, right. And you also have not only dogs and cats, but snakes and some
no snakes. No snakes. I don't do snakes.
Oh, it's in your in your web.
So when Kendall had the idea to start this, she wanted it to be dogs and cats and pigs and cows. And we're getting there. We are getting there, but no, I'm not sure snakes are in the plans. Nothing against them, but I can't stop making this face around them. So.
And what other animals that are the usual?
We've had a couple of bunnies, but right now we're focused on dogs and cats.
Bunnies, they're so cute.
Yeah, we've had a few and gotten them spayed and neutered, so there aren't way more bunnies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's primarily dogs and cats. That's our focus now. We will be starting, you know, a farm program and all of those things, but one step at a time.
Right. And when somebody wants to adopt it's a healthy cat, dog, or healthy animal. So you keep up with their health.
So we will provide whatever medical care we can. We do take in a lot of sick animals, injured, things like that. So we will provide whatever treatment we can to get them stable and, as healthy as they're going to get. But yeah, we do help whoever needs help, honestly. The sick and the injured and the older animals are the ones that usually don't make it out of the shelter. So those are the ones that we want to focus on and make sure that they get that chance they deserve.
Yeah. So you have several programs, not just one. How many?
Oh, at this point, who even knows? We have our Chi of Hearts, which is our Chihuahua specific program. We are not breed specific as a rescue. However, pit bulls and Chihuahuas are the most kind of overrepresented breeds in our shelter system. So our goal is to educate people around that and to really give some extra attention to those little guys. So our Chihuahua program, he's part Chihuahua and part, I think, Corgi.
He's big for a Chihuahua.
He is. I think there's some Corgi in there because he's got the ears and he's got a white belly. Okay. But yeah, so we're just kind of expanding the programs as we need them, and we'll be adding more on. But really, that's just our main focus, is how do we keep those pets with their families so that we never have to go through the shelter system and through it's traumatizing for animals.
Oh, sure.
And even when I looked over his paperwork, it said he was going to need anti-anxiety medication.
Oh my goodness.
Because of how he was presenting in the shelter.
Yeah.
I got him home. He is the most relaxed dog you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, he was jumping up. That was
it's a difficult environment for them. So, our rescue is a very calm place, very comfortable place, and our dogs are in foster homes whenever possible so that they get that home experience from day one.
Now, if somebody comes up, now there's different categories. If you old dogs and young dogs, or whatever you want to say, and it's a different price for how old it is and if it's younger.
So
cats too.
The only real distinguishing that we do is kittens are $100, whereas adult cats, so that's over the age of 1, are $65. Mm-hmm. And our dogs are $105. So, but that all goes, that all goes to cover the medical expenses, and it doesn't even touch what we spend per each animal, but it helps.
Yeah, and that's all they have to pay. They can get it right away.
We do background checks, we do home checks.
Oh, do you?
Oh, we do. Yeah, we do. We want to make sure,
it's like
we
rescue real adoption with a person.
Yeah, we rescued the animal once. We want to make sure that it's going into a safe, good home. We do trial adoptions. So it's kind of a foster to adopt. You take the animal in, give it a week or two, see if it's a good fit for the animal and for the family, and then we finalize it.
Yeah. Well, anything else about your programs? Anything else you want to mention?
You know what? Just how much we really are a village. Every single person that has adopted, fostered, volunteered, donated, is a part of what we are. We've grown because of the people that are caring so well for these animals. So we welcome everybody, come, and I don't volunteer right now due to COVID and everything, but we're always looking for people to come and join, and also come shop. We've got our pet supply store, which is that's our adoption center and supply store. And anything you spend there, the money goes right back into our programs. There's no tax, and our prices are really, really reasonable. So come get your pet food, get your litter, your toys. We've got everything that you could possibly need.
Mm-hmm. Now, you have several shelters. Where are they?
So for right now, we just have the main adoption center, which is 1750 South Rainbow.
Mhm.
And then 2 doors down is our oldies but goodies, so our senior adoption center. And then we've also got 2 PetSmart locations with cats.
Oh, really? Well, that's good. Now, could you give that address again?
So the pet supply store and adoption center is 1750 South Rainbow Boulevard, and it's unit number 4. And then Oldies But Goodies is unit number 9. So
Okay.
2 doors down.
And do you want to give your phone number?
Sure. They can call 702-870-0065. But the best way to get in touch with us is by email. So just info@heartsalivevillage.org. And obviously our website is heartsalivevillage.org.
Well, thank you so much. I'm Sandy with Sandy Zimmerman's Las Vegas TV.
Zimmerman Productions, the video specialists. International experience on location in the United States and around the world. Television commercials that sell. Corporate industrial sales and demonstration videos. Outstanding professional wedding photography and videotaping. We'll climb the Grand Canyon for you. Choose award-winning Sandy Zimmerman Productions, 731-6491.